Hey guys, looks like I've had my first spinout, um, which makes it hilarious because I've went through so much trouble to make sure I didn't get it. For 10 years I've been running this motor on 60 to 70 volts before I up the voltage, and I was using these old half-inch anti-spin plates, and they've been working since today. You can see the actual spun through this one. It actually literally threaded the plate, as well as this one. It's also spun through, not as bad, but there's a hell of a lot of play in it now. And it also spun. I went through all the trouble to get these cheap Walmart forks because they're steel, and if these were aluminum crowns, they would have snapped off long ago. It literally spun in the steel crowns, and it literally left imprints of the threading from the axle on the fork on both sides. So it's done. You're probably saying, yeah, you didn't check the tightness of the wheel. Yesterday I noticed when I went for a ride that when I put the brakes on, it felt like it was pulling to one side. This side was loose, but this side was tight. I'm like, okay, it finally did come loose. So I went ahead and put Loctite on it, which you can see is still there. And there's a nut. You can see it all over the nut. And it's still today. I went for a ride, and every time I hit a bump, the motor would cut out. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And what was happening is the wire was rubbing through to the axle, which it did. It started shooting sparks out the side of the motor, which I'm surprised it did not blow the controller, because when I got home and pulled the wire past the damage, it spun fine. So the controller just blew it off like it was nothing. I'm like blown away, because any other controller would have blew up. But it ripped the wires for the cooling. It didn't short to 12 volts because I had a fuse on that. So it probably still works because the lights were still working. So that's it. I mean, for all the trouble it's been worth, like trying to get these steel forks, I had to literally buy a bike to get these forks, because you can't buy steel forks. You can buy aluminum ones, but steel ones, they just don't have them on sale. No one buys them. No one buys them. It's just irritating. So, it's been a great motor. I've got about 10 years out of it. I think it's time to let it go. I think I paid about $230, $250 from ebikes.ca. It was a 9 continent motor. It was on sale. It was a 35 volt, and I actually asked for a 48 volt. They sent me 35. I'm glad they did, though, because it was a good runner. High RPM. It squealed quite a bit. Like it was really high RPM. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to probably save it for like an in-frame project without the rim on it. That's the only thing I really trust it for, because the axle is starting to get a little worn as well. I guess 10 years old. So, but that's it. I'm either going to pick up the same type of motor for the back and make a new torque bar for it with my welder. And basically, I'm going to, well, I've already looked it over. I'm going to put this brand new wheel. I'm going to de-rim it and put this rim on this hub, and this will be my new front wheel. This is disc brake compatible, so that'll be the new front with that old silver rim, and then we'll delace the motor. But it's retired. Definitely want to thank ebikes.ca. It was a good deal when I got it, and it still is, except for this little issue. And so what I'll do is I'll pick up a new motor, and we'll do some mods in that with that. Retire this one, and we're going to get rid of these forks down the road. There's no hurry for the forks, but I would like to get it better set now that I know I can go with aluminum. But that sucks. Would have made for a good video, though. I should have brought my camera along. The sparks shooting out of the axle was priceless. It looked like fireworks. But like I said, the controller works fine. It did not blow the controller. So, Anyway, I figured I'd share that with you. I've never seen a hub motor round out like that on a steel fork, steel crown, and 2 torque arms on each side, and it still did it. It finally, running it at 86 volts was finally the nail in the coffin. So, yeah, if you have a 9C motor, do not run it at 86 volts. You can see the label there, 9 continent. Anyway, I figured I'd share that with you. So once I get the new parts in, we'll do some mods. Later, guys.